After knocking everyone down, Lu Xing lowered his gaze and stood still. Spectators in the stands watched in stunned silence, mouths agape. What just happened? One move cleared the whole platform. That was way over the top. Pavlov widened his eyes, unable to believe it. An immortal. This really is an immortal. Ikoja froze in shock. An immortal-grade bloodline embodied regal majesty. Arland, who stood above watching Lu Xing amid the ruined arena, also fell silent, dumbfounded. When he finally reacted, his voice trembled as he muttered, "Ridiculous. My earlier worries were so ridiculous. This is the power of an immortal." Countless powerful figures looked on with feverish awe, the dominance, the violent might, the terror radiating from Lu Xing. It almost fulfilled their fantasies and perfect yearnings for an immortal-grade bloodline. Lu Xing he cheered happily at the screen showing Lu Xing, shouting, "Wow, brother, you're so strong and cool." Jing Yufan couldn't hide her pride. "So our son is truly outstanding, peerless in the world. Is this really our son? I can hardly believe it." Lu Dahai pointed at himself, grinning with pride. "My son's just like me." Lin Jinyu, standing behind them, gaped speechlessly. After a moment she composed herself and exclaimed in disbelief, "Oh my God, even on a stage like this in the void, Lord Lu Xing still shines like that." Dong Qingxue beamed with joy. "That's amazing, Lu Xing." At that moment, Lu Xing broke conventional expectations. He was the first powerhouse to win a round like that. Meanwhile, one of the fighters Lu Xing had knocked down struggled to rise, blood trickling from his mouth. He strained, veins popping on his head, and mumbled, We didn't even get a chance to swing. We're already defeated." He looked at others who were even worse off and accused, "Wasn't he just level 10? We couldn't even stand in front of him. Damn it." One by one, the contestants raised their hands in surrender. I yield, I yield." Waves of conceding shouts rolled across the arena. The host shouted from above, exhilarated, "The match barely began and it's already over. This is an immortal grade, the real deal." He pointed at Lu Xing on the stage and declared him the winner of the first bout. Who will face Lu Xing in the next round? We're all eager to find out. On the other side of the arena, the other set of contestants were similarly frozen and defeated. All fell into comas, losing their combat ability. Bang Mamula stood motionless and raised his hand. A huge ice dragon coiled around him. He snapped his fingers and, boom, countless ice arrows radiated outward from him, sweeping the entire field clean. Witnessing this, the host declared, "Dear Star Region's Bang Mamula wins." He noted the similarity to Lu Xing's victory on the opposite stage. Both were single-move wipes. Bang Mamula looked a bit dazed. He frowned and muttered, Lu Xing, I was kind of looking forward to this." Elsewhere, a female contestant poured spiritual power into her sword. Her attack blossomed like a blade of fire, sweeping away the fighters on stage as she shouted, "Immortal! I will defeat an immortal and add glory to myself." Lu Xing continued through match after match. Round 2, Round 3. Practically no one could withstand even one of his casual strikes. It was like a stroll for him as he won 2 bouts. He glanced to one side at the only person who left him speechless, the MC. The host seemed determined to target him. All the cameras pointed at Lu Xing on stage while the MC babbled on like a machine. At this moment the MC went nuts, waving and screaming, Who? Contestant Lu Xing wins again." He kept calling out for Lu Xing to smile for the camera. Lu Xing wiped sweat from his brow, at a loss for words, thinking, "I really want to knock him out with one punch." Arland watched from the stands, focusing intently on Lu Xing. He spoke excitedly. After 3 rounds of the semifinals, Lu Xing completely dominated every match with ease. As he said that, a smile crept onto Arland's face. Now, only a little over 40 contestants remained. All of them were level 11 or higher. Lu Xing was the lowest ranked among them, but after 3 rounds, he had treated every opponent like trash. "My God," Arland muttered, "an immortal is even more terrifying than I imagined." Ikoja, who had been watching the battles closely, spoke calmly. At this point, Lu Xing has earned everyone's recognition. No one dares look down on him anymore. Even the betting odds predicting him as champion had skyrocketed to first place, far surpassing Bang Mamula, who was previously considered the top favorite. Pavlov stroked his long beard, looking somewhat worried. His brows furrowed deeply. Next comes the one-on-one duels, he said gravely. That's when the true powerhouses of each star sector will face each other. The host's voice echoed across the arena, booming with excitement. Contestants, please check your identification cards. Your next opponent will be displayed on them. The card hanging around Lu Xing's neck lit up. Instinctively, he raised it and looked. A familiar image appeared on the display. Bang Long. Lu Xing blinked in mild surprise. Bang Long, he murmured. On the big screen, Lu Xing and Bang Long's portraits appeared side by side. The host raised his arm high, shouting passionately, "The first duel of the fourth semi-final round is already this thrilling. A clash of geniuses from the Amok Star region. Lu Xing versus Bang Long." The crowd roared with excitement. Finally, Lu Xing and Bang Long stood face to face on the battle stage. Bang Long's eyes were sharp as blades. "This time, you've got no excuse to run, Lu Xing." Lu Xing smirked coldly. "Aren't you tired of pretending like this?" Bang Long frowned, annoyed. "What are you talking about?" Lu Xing's lips curved in amusement. "I mean, you're clearly afraid of me. Yet you still force yourself to act eager for a fight. Self-torture, isn't it? You sure you're okay?" Bang Long flinched in surprise at his words. Then she covered her mouth and laughed mockingly. "Pfft, ha ha ha. Me? Afraid of you?" Her aura suddenly exploded with killing intent. "I'm only afraid you won't withstand even a few of my strikes. Afraid you'll embarrass yourself in front of your family." "Ha!" Lu Xing gazed at her quietly, as if watching a clumsy actor fumbling through a bad performance. Whether she was truly afraid or not, only Bang Long herself knew the answer. With a sharp motion, Bang Long drew her blade. Spiritual energy surged around her as she dashed straight toward Lu Xing. "Damn you! When was I ever afraid of you? I've been waiting for this. Come, fight me!" Leaping high into the air, she shouted, "Phantom Blade Dance!" Her weapon split into countless illusory blades swirling around her, and then, a storm of blades rained down toward where Lu Xing stood. But Lu Xing didn't move. He stood perfectly still, a confident smile curling on his lips. In the next instant, the immense spiritual energy inside him burst forth. Just as the blades were about to reach him, Lu Xing suddenly moved, faster than the eye could follow, shattering every single one of her energy-forged swords in a blur. Finally, with 2 fingers, he caught the real blade in her hand. Crack! The weapon snapped cleanly in half. Bang Long froze, utterly shocked. "What?" Lu Xing's spiritual power surged into his clenched fist. His voice was cold and merciless. "So tell me, have you prepared yourself for death?" Bang Long's face turned pale with terror. Cold sweat streamed down as the crushing force of his energy drew closer and closer, just as his fist was about to strike her. She screamed, "I surrender!" Lu Xing's fist stopped midair. Bang Long squeezed her eyes shut, trembling uncontrollably. Then, gently, Lu Xing placed his hand on her shoulder and said with a faint smile, "Next time you lie, remember to control your muscles and heartbeat." He paused, then added calmly, "And that meal you treated my family to earlier, consider this mercy as repayment for that favor." Bang Long's eyes widened in astonishment as she looked up at him. A second later, she collapsed to her knees. Watching Lu Xing's back as he walked away, she whispered softly under her breath, "Lu Xing,